Good morning. This is Mr. Henry Clement. Today we shall learn about Science 1, Chapter 7, Classification and Variation. So, living things are put into groups so that they can be studied more easily, or we call it classification. So, the largest group in the classification are called kingdoms. So, we have today we are going to learn about plant kingdoms and animal kingdoms. Okay, plant kingdom, as we know, is a so-called autotrophic. Okay, make their own food from air, water, sunlight, and chemical from soil. Body contains cellulose for support. Have a green pigment, chlorophyll, which is they use a chlorophyll to make the food and stay in one place. Okay. Animal kingdom, on the other hand, is they cannot make their own food, eat plants and animal, which is feed on others. Body does not contain cellulose, do not have chlorophyll to make the food, and can move. So today we are going into the animal kingdoms. The main one, okay, the main two groups for the animal kingdom is the invertebrate and the vertebrate. Vertebrate is with the backbone, whereas invertebrate, okay, is they do not have the inside skeleton or backbone, okay. Instead, they have the outer external one, okay. So we have group of the invertebrate that we need to learn, okay. Always try to look for internet for articles or for videos so that you can have the clear look of these animals. We have jellyfish, flatworms, annelid, nematode, arthropod, mollusks, and echinoderms. Okay, we have a closer look with the annelid. Annelid which is a earthworm, have long, thin and very soft body divided into segment or ring. Can you see this is segment? And we have the roundworm, which is a nematode. Cylindrical body that are not divided into segment. Okay, no segment. Can you see? This is a highly magnified view for the nematode worm in the soil. Okay, this picture have been colored. Okay, the color is not look like this one. Okay. Arthropod. Okay. The name of arthropod means that jointed leg. All arthropods have skeleton on the outside. Okay, and joint legs. Just like I mentioned, the skeleton outside, it means most of the arthropod. Okay. Those are the annelid and the nematode is not. Okay. So the vertebrate, can you see at arthropod they have the four group here, which is mediapod, which is centipede and millipede. We have the crustacean, which is a crab, rooster, and woodlice. Yeah, the last group is insect, and arachnids, which is spider and scorpion. There are four main major group of the arthropod. It's these four. Okay, so that's not the mediapod. Have one pair of antenna, singular antenna. Okay, and long, cylindrical, and flat body with many legs. The centipede, means 100. So it means many legs. Okay, milli means 1,000. So it's a many legs and even more legs in the groups. So this is a giant millipede. Can you see the legs? So many. Okay, crustacean, like the lobster and the woodlouse, okay, have two pair of antenna. Two pair. Arachnids do not have antenna or wings but have four pair of legs. Spider, mites, ticks, and scorpion belong to this group. This is the picture for that. 1, 2, 3, 4 pair. Insects have a pair of antennae, 3 pair of legs, and 2 pair of wings. This is insect. This is the spider. A black widow spider, one of the most venomous. Venomous means venom, poisonous in the world. Black widow spiders are found in America country around the Mediterranean Sea, Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. The monarch butterfly is particularly beautiful because this is colorful and with many pattern design. Okay, then we have mollusks. The mollusk group guess is named from the Latin word mollis, which means soft. This refers to the soft bodies of the animals. Most mollusks have the cell to protect their body. A snail has coated a coiled shell from which it pushes out its head and flashes foot when it wishes to move or feed. The slug also have a small shell, but it is under the saddle-like structure, which is called the mantle, on its back and does not provide protection. This octopus is on the coral reef. An octopus is a mollusk with tentacles. Now we need to learn about the vertebrate, an example of how living things are classified. Okay, so vertebrate we have 5 groups. Fish with the scale, fins, and 8 legs in water. Amphibian, so skin, legs in water. Reptile, scale, soft shell, egg, and lay on land. Birds, feathers, hard shell, eggs, and mammals with hair or fur and suckers young with milk. Okay. So this is a class. Okay. Each class later divided into a small group which is called orders. After the animal kingdom, then you have the vertebrate. Okay. Here then you have the orders. Okay. We had the insectivores, bats, rodent, and whales. Okay. Small body, long snout, small body, wings, chisel-like teeth for growling, flipper, tail with fin, and order make up a small group called families. Okay. The member of the different family look similar, but there are differences that can be seen by looking quite closely. These are the 4 family of the whales. Beaked whale, few teeth, small flipper. Sperm whale, large head, round back fin. Sickle ships, flipper and back fin, dolphin. And white whale, no back fin, blunt snout. Okay. So the members of family have different between them and they split into a small group called genera or genus. The differences between number of each genus are found by looking very closely. Yes, if you look at dolphin A, B, and C, A, B, and C, you will see that A seems to have more feature in common with B, than with C. Because of this, dolphin A and B are placed in one genus, and C is placed on the other genus. Dusky dolphin live in the coastal water of New Zealand, Africa, and South America. The white-side dolphin live in open air in the northern Pacific Ocean and around the coast of Japan and North America. Water-nosed dolphins are live in all the ocean and seas and tropical and temperate region of the world. Because dolphin A and A, B have a small differences between them, they are placed in the separate groups called species. A species is a group of animals that have very large number of similarity and the male and female breed together to produce offspring that can also breed. The male and female, okay, wait, a species or group, yes, similarity, yes, so they can produce the offspring that can also breed. The male and female of different species do not normally breed together, but if they do, they produce offspring that are usually sterilized, cannot breed. Okay, for example, if a male donkey and a female horse mated, the offspring they produce is a sterile male. Sterile means they cannot produce offspring. The offspring is not fertile one. Okay, so this is how the started of the history of naming the things, living things. So now we look at the plant kingdoms. The plant kingdom is divided into 5 groups, which is algae, liverworts, and mosses, fern, conifers, and flowering plants. For algae, this is a very simple plant. This is the algae. They do not have root, stem, or leaf, but they do contain green pigment or coloring called chlorophyll, so that they can make their own food, which is a character of all plants. Some of the larger species like seaweed also have red pigment and brown pigment. Okay, sometimes you cannot see the green color because the red pigment and the brown pigment is more than the green pigment, but actually if you take out away the red and the brown, you still can see the chlorophyll color, which is green. Most species of algae are so small they can only see with a microscope, and some scientists put them into the so-called the Protista kingdom. Okay, so this is how some scientists they have other point of view. When they occur in large number, they can see clearly, and they turn the pond water green, form bright green patches of the tree trunk, and create slime on the rock of the stream. Algae form a large part of the plankton that is found in the upper part of the sea and the ocean. Okay, then we go for this liverworts. A liverwort, this one, and the moss plant. Can you see the difference? Liverwort are small plants that do not have true roots, stem, or leaf. They grow in damp places near streams and ponds. Mosses have stem and leaf. These one have stem and leaf, but they do not have proper roots. Mosses plants are usually found growing together in many habitats and from dry wall to damp soil. Both liverwort and mosses reproduce by producing pores. If you want to look more about liverwort, this is you can just type liverwort this word, then you can see a lot of beautiful picture. Okay, when the capsule open in the spore, carried away by the air current, so that they can spread away. Then we go to the fern. I think you are familiar with the fern. Fern have two roots and stem and reproduce by making spore. These are made in structure called sporangia on the underside of the large feather-like leaf called fronds. When the sporangia open, the spore are released into the air. So this is the famous tree, Christmas tree. Most of friends will say. So, but actually this is called coniferous tree. Okay, conifer have a root, a woody stem, and a needle-like leaf. Most conifer lose and replace their leaf all year round. Okay, so that they are called evergreen. Almost all the conifers reproduce by making seeds that develop in corns. When the seeds are ready to disperse, the corn open and the seeds fall out. Each seed has a wing that prevent the seeds falling quickly and allow it to be blown away by the wind. Lastly is the so-called the most colorful thing in the world, living thing, which is the flowering plants. The flowering plant has a root, a stem, and a leaf. In some plants, the stem is woody. All of these plants reproduce by flowering and making seeds. Can you see the color here? Grass, the bluebell, and these three are all flowering plants. They are growing in the woodland in Europe. So variation between species. Many living things have certain features in common. For example, A cat, a monkey, and a rabbit have ear and a tail. However, these features vary from one kind of animal to another. In the species shown in this one, okay, the external part of the ear of the rabbit are longer than the ear of the cat. The external part of the monkey's ear are on the side of his head, while the other two animals have them on the top. A cat and the monkey have long tails, but the monkey tail is prehensile, and this means that the monkey can wrap it around the branch and for support while hanging on the tree to collect fruit. Only monkey that come from the South America have the prehensile tails. A rabbit's tail is much more shorter than the cat's tail and the monkey's tail. These variations in the feature are used to separate living things into groups and form a classification system that used worldwide. Okay, so we may talk about variation of the species. Okay, so we have two types of variation in the species, which is the continuous and the discontinuous. A feature that shows continuous may vary in only a very small amount from one individual to the next, but when the variation of the number of variations are compared to form a wide range, example includes the range of value of the height of the body mass. Okay, so you can see the graph look like this one. Okay, so this is continuous variation. Or this is maybe for the teenagers, 170 is the cm is the is the mode. Okay, everybody is around this height, and then it's very few you can find 140 or 200. Can you see the idea? Discontinuous variation. A feature that shows discontinuous variation shows that a number of distinct conditions, such as being female or male, or having ear lobes or no ear lobes. There is not a range of value between the two, so it's only yes or no, and that is between a short person and a tall person, for example. However, there are many few examples of discontinuous variation in human. So now we need to know about a little bit of the cause of variation. Some members in, can you see this one? Some members in the family have similar feature. They are found in different generations, which suggests that the feature could be inherited. Some variation may also be due to the environment. Okay, so we have this environment. The environment can affect the feature of living organism. For example, if some seedlings of the plant are grown in the dark and some in the light, they will have different features. Those grown in the dark will be tall, springy, and have yellow leaf, while those grown in the light will have shorter, firm stem and larger leaves that are green. Lack of mineral in the soil can affect the color of the structure of the leaf. For example, the presence of the lime in the soil affect the color of the hydrangea flower. If the soil contains lime, the flowers are pink. If the soil is lime-free, the flower are blue. Okay, let's see. We can go to the 150. This is the pink and blue color flower. Okay, the color of the flamingo is also affected by the environment. The flamingo feed on the screams that possess a bring pigment. The pigment pass onto the feather and make the flamingo pink. This is the pink color flamingo. When they are not eating the enough screams, okay, they will become white color. The food an animal eats often affect the variation within the species. If the environment does not provide enough food, adult animals become thin and have smaller body mass. Young animals grow slowly so that they look smaller than other members of the species who have enough food and are at the same age. Okay. So you need the food to keep healthy and not too fat. Okay. However, animals that hibernate like bears or sleep for a long time through the winter like bear eat large amount of food in the autumn and increase their body mass. The fat and that they store provide them enough energy to keep them alive while they are sleeping and do not no need to eat. Okay, when they emerge from the spring, their body mass is greatly reduced. Humans who eat too much food increase their body mass, and this may threaten their health. In some countries, the variation of the body mass is the population is due to some people eating far too much. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, thank you for joining me. This is Mr. Handy Clement. Okay, later we will have the math class. Thank you very much.